Hiya, and welcome back to Sileo Tales of a New Dawn. Um... Yeah, sorry for being so late. We were having so many technical problems, it's not even funny. That's why we're not at Knights College. And also an update released. Um... Yeah, there were so many. So many. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Um, this one is for Axel and Dom, I believe. Like, start of their route. Wait. That. Sure you want to pursue a relationship with Axel? Please. As I considered my response to Eric's rather forthcoming question, a sea of familiar faces began swimming within my mind. Among them, Diego, my best friend, the decidedly dapper barkeep Ty, the firm yet fair Lucas, even the understated and brotherly Dom. But while surveying these options within my mind's eye, a single set of youthful feline features continually stole my focus. Be it his spotted cheeks or his eyes of ocean blue, there was something about Axel I was particularly drawn to. Certainly he was as naive as they come, but this was a trait of his that I found relentlessly endearing. It was almost as though his innocence, combined with his innate ability to view the world through a carefree lens of positivity, somehow encouraged me to at least try to view the world similarly. I couldn't rightly explain it, but there was something about that kind and sensitive cheetah which inspired me to live up to the person he believed I was. It's a baby Axel, and not the person I believed myself to be somewhere deep down inside. Also, hiya. But of course, there was one small problem in all of that. Hey, you still awake over there? You're just staring into space. Uh-huh? Oh, yeah, I'm just fantasizing about your future boyfriend. Oh, if only it were so easy. Eh? Eh? That gotta mean you're looking to bury your nose in some chunky cheetah cheeks. What? That's not what I'm... You're all red. I knew that's what you were thinking. No, I'm not. Honestly, I can see how it's confusing. Hey, don't stress. I'm gonna tell nobody. Promise. Of all the people I could trust with a secret, I felt as though Eric would be the least trustworthy of all. Despite us having only just met, I narrowed my eyes and delivered a firm stare, if only to let him know I meant business. How about a prinky promise then? Not a word. Understand? Got it. Don't worry, you'll never meet anyone more trustworthy than me. I had my doubts as to the validity of Eric's claim, but I had no intention of going so far as to involve my pinky, so I simply dropped the issue, choosing instead to correct him on my intent. For the record, I'm not gunning for his, what was it you said? His chunky cheetah cheeks? Right, those. That's not really what I'm after. Ooh, you're more interested in what's going on round front, eh? No! He's sweet, and his nature inspires me to be a better person, I think. I think maybe I could learn something from him, and hopefully, put a smile on his face. You know, I got a few good ways of doing just that. Hey, yo! Lag. I fucking love it. Hang on. Doing that. What? No, I'm not stupid enough to even ask. I know exactly where you're going with that, and I won't take the bait. Hold up. Fuck. 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 You gotta love technical issues. You gotta love them. You gotta love them. And we just had a technical issue. Audio. I fucking love them. You just met me, acting as though you know me already. I considered for a moment if I might have judged Eric a touch too harshly. What if he genuinely had some good news? Hiya! The very least I could do is hear him out. Fine. What did you have in mind? Well, you could always suck his dick. I fucking knew it! What can I say? I know what the boys like. Come on, you would. You totally would. That's not the point. See? I told you I know what the boys like. That's including you, Mr. Cranky Pants. I found myself wholeheartedly regretting not having taken Lucas's advice. I never should have visited Eric. Hiya. So, you're into short guys, eh? I mean, I'm not into shorter guys. I just... Peh. Aw, come on. You're breaking a guy's heart here. After several moments of tense silence, Eric unleashed a heavy melancholy sigh. One that felt rehearsed. Forced, even. It seemed to me that this was another of his little traps. Fool me into showing some compassion, only for that sleazy grin of his to unravel gradually across his jaw once more. I wouldn't be so fooled so easily this time. You're heartless. Fine. So what's the plan, then? What do you mean? You know, the plan! To get your nose all up in his butt. Come on, you dogs love that kind of shit. Fuck you! That's like me saying you love rummaging around in dumpsters. You don't know. Maybe I do. My dog is... Go. Hey, puppy. Dude, you're joking, right? Right? Well, I did suck a guy off in an alleyway beside a dumpster once. I don't know, the smoke kind of added a little something, I gotta admit. Dude. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Though, maybe that's just me. Sometimes I just can't control my horny level, and anything goes, I guess. You know how it is. Right? Just like, damn dude, TMI, too much information. I really don't. Yes, you do, come on. You can tell your old buddy, Eric. And hey, it's not too late for a pinky promise. Eric's just trying to kill us at this point. I knew. Of course I knew. There's times when your libido extends beyond your control and your mind is flooded with wild ideas more likely than not to induce a severe case of regret. But I wasn't going to give Eric the satisfaction. Hey, yo! That's about all I can come up with. The stream is already fragile enough. To answer your question, no, I don't have a plan. You kind of sprung this all on me out of the blue. Until now, I've never really given the question of whom I want to date much thought. Back in university, I had this huge crush on Diego, but he's also my best friend, and he's letting me stay with him. I don't want to risk screwing any of it up. That, and, well, he's clearly going through some shit right now, and I just... No. It's best if I don't. It's a complicated situation. I'd prefer to avoid making it any more so. And the one you want to pursue instead isn't? Eric had a point. I hated that Eric had a point. But I also hated that against my better judgment. I was about to ask his advice. What do you think I should do? Who do I look like, Dr. Gill? I'm the last person you should be asking for relationship advice. I don't date. I fuck. Right. I don't have a clue, but I think I know who might. Really? Who? A certain bar owner you totally have the hots for. Huh. An older guy like him, he's definitely been around the block a few times. If you get what I mean, he'll definitely have some good advice for you. You're right. He's calm, level-headed, and experienced to boot. He'll surely know what to do. And if you change your mind, he'll be right there so you can sniff his butthole instead. I'm done! According to the health department, that's how you get... Actually, no, I'm not going to go there. That's how you get STDs, my dude. Hey. I bet it smells like lavender. He does, though. Dude, fucking... God damn it. Despite Eric's lascivious nature, his suggestion to consult Ty was a good one. So much so, in fact, that it would become the excuse for my departure, and one I was glad for, that I might not have to endure more of Eric's lecherous ways. Well, this visit took an unexpected turn, but look, you sure seem to be feeling better. The swoon of a lost lovebird is my second favorite thing. Second favorite to what? I instantly regretted asking, knowing more or less exactly what the answer was going to be. Cock, obviously. I don't know what I expected. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I'm going to hit the bar and see if Ty has any advice that might help me figure out my next move. On second thought, maybe it's more like rosemary? What? Nothing. It's nothing. Right. Well, I won't keep you. Thanks for coming around, though. This was unexpectedly fun. I'm glad, but not a word about what we talked about today to anyone. You hear? Promise. Great. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you at work sometime in the near future, then. Without a doubt. See you then. Until next time. I left Eric's house with a new sense of purpose. I suppose in a way I should have been more thankful that he'd pushed for an answer. While I'd met a variety of wonderful people in my short time in Woodcrest, Axel's infectious cheer and luminous smile made the greatest impression of all. Of course, I knew all too well he was already interested in somebody else. I knew this, and yet I didn't quite know how to handle it. Thankfully, Ty's bar was only a short walk away, and if anybody was going to know what to do, it would be him. Ty... Help. Help me. Passing through the front entrance of Ty's bar, I pondered the significance of it being my second visit within a single day, and for an entirely different reason than to the first. It was almost as though the bar had some bizarre supernatural to the first. It was almost as though the bar had some supernatural gravity drawing people in, myself included. We need an adult! I am an adult. We need an adultier adult! Not that I minded, of course, and such a strange intangible allure could only be good for business. Approaching the counter, Ty swiveled in place to face me before surprise at just who had been caught in his snares was betrayed by his handsome, expressive features. Welcome to... Oh my, Aiden. A very good evening to you, my dear. I must concede, it is quite a surprise to be seeing you again so soon. A pleasant one, I hope? Why, of course, my dear, of course. It is always such a privilege to see your smiling face, and to what do I owe the pleasure, might I ask? Though I hardly consider the topic a sensitive one, I nonetheless surveyed the room to catalog just who might have been within earshot. To my surprise, I quickly discovered that not even one of the bar's many seats were occupied. We were entirely alone. Privacy would not be an issue. Sheesh, slow night, I take it? Indeed, though not unexpectedly so, it is Thursday night with nothing of note happening in Woodcrest. Though with the festival and the combat tournament coming up, I am certain business will pick up for at least the next few weeks. Lest you were concerned I would not have work for you. Excellent! Life in Woodcrest is already shaping up to be considerably more comfortable than what I'm used to. Though that's as much of a compliment to Woodcrest as it is a condemnation of Cydonia. I'm thrilled to hear that, my dear. But should that ever change, or you find yourself in a spot or bother, do not hesitate to ask either me or Lucas for help. Whatever you need, be it more hours or in advance, simply say the word, and we will do what we can to help. In advance, you say? And what's stopping me from asking for a big one only to vanish in the night, never to be seen again? Why, the threat of extreme violence, of course. Extreme violence, huh? So those muscles aren't just for show. That they are not, but I suspect Lucas would beat me to the punch, as it were. Not that either of us has any cause for concern, right, Aiden? Of course not. Don't worry, I'm just not that sort of person. Still, some people are... It seems kind of risky to offer something like an advance to a brand new employee, don't you think? Oh, without a doubt, my dear, but rest assured that is not an offer I extend to just anybody. You see, our mutual friend Diego, he is a great many things, a complex character to be sure, but one thing I know for certain is that he is trustworthy. And with all the stories I have heard about your past exploits, I know he holds you in the highest possible regard. Therefore, that trust also extends to you. Past exploits? What exactly has he told you? I fear I am not at liberty to say. He shared those tales with me in confidence. You see, it would be terribly unethical were I to betray that confidence. Would you not agree? Well, but fear not, my dear. I merely tease. For what it is worth, he has not told me anything I suspect you yourself would not be similarly willing to share, and nothing at all compromising should that be a particular concern. Compromising? What did he... Dear, oh dear, surely you would not be so concerned were there not a few juicy tales I am not privy to. I must say, my curiosity is piqued. But again, fear not, my dear. I know nothing of the sort, nor will I attempt to change that. In truth, the stories I have heard are little more than fond memories of the time you shared in university. It truly sounds as though you both had a wonderful time. No wonder you have such an enduring friendship. Enduring is a strong word. Before today, we hadn't spoken in around 2 years. And believe me, I still feel so much guilt over not reaching out to him sooner. Do not blame yourself, my dear. Life can get awfully busy from time to time. And the way I see it, what matters is that the two of you have managed to pick up from where you left off and continue your friendship. The time that has passed is of little relevance. Well, gee, thanks, Ty. I still feel guilty, but you're right. The main thing is that everything is back on track now. No harm, no foul, right? Precisely, my dear. But my point in all this was to simply say that I trust Diego a great deal, and thus I trust you as well. Which is all to say, should you need anything, I am here to help. Thanks, Ty. You've done a lot for me already, simply by giving me a chance and putting in a good word with Lucas. I owe you big time, and the last thing I want is to betray your trust in me. You've helped me a great deal in making a strong start on my new life, and I want to do everything I can to make that up to you. Think nothing of it, my dear, and truth be told, your arrival came at the most opportune time. With Lucas and myself both losing a staff member, we have been looking to fill the gaps in our respective roster. If anything, you're doing us a favor. Is that so? Oh dear, whatever are you scheming? Nothing major, though I could use your help with something if you were looking for a way to repay that favor. Oh, you are positively devilish, my dear. Come now, you hardly need leverage to secure my aid. With that said, what is it that you need, my dear? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing major, though it is the very reason I came to see you. I simply knew twice in one day was no mere fluke. Not at all. Actually, I was hoping to ask you for some advice. Advice, you say? Well, I certainly hope my experience and insight will serve you well, though it would just so happen I am partway through a deep clean of the fryer out back. I chose a quiet evening to do it, not expecting I would have company. Oh, sorry to interrupt. Nonsense, my dear, do not apologize. Your company is a gift I cherish. With that said, would you mind terribly if I asked for your patience while I complete my tasks out back? You know, I would be quite happy to sweeten the deal with, say, a meal on the house. Another meal? Man, Diego's gonna be so jealous when he finds out. You really don't have to do anything, though, Ty. I'm happy to wait regardless. Nonsense, my dear. Consider this. I will already be working in the kitchen, thus it is no trouble at all for me to whip something up for you while I am there. And to tell you the truth, it would please me to know you were getting some proper nutrition. I can only imagine the glut of deep-fried foods Diego was dishing up for you. I swear, I never knew half of those foods could even be deep-fried. Seems to me like you know Diego a little too well, but yeah, don't mind paying. You know, honestly, I'm happy to. Pardon me as I borrow Diego's arsenal once more and unequivocally refuse your money. I am certain you know how stubborn he is when it comes to finances. Yep, I sure do. Then know that, right now, I am every bit as stubborn. Try as you may, I will not accept a single cent from you, though I must concede I do actually have an ulterior motive in all of this. Oh, really? How sly. Go on, then. Spit it out. I wish to prepare a brand new recipe for you. I have been experimenting with it for some time now, and finally I am satisfied. But my satisfaction is hardly a guarantee of anybody else's. Thus, I would like you to try this dish so that I may benefit from your fair and unbiased critique. Well, I can't promise to be unbiased, but otherwise it sounds like a mutually beneficial arrangement for us both. Sign me up. I can't wait to see what you whip up. Tremendous, my dear, tremendous. Now then, a deep cleaning of the fryer is something of a time-consuming task, so please make yourself comfortable. Oh, and feel free to help yourself to something from the bar if you are feeling thirsty. When I return, I will do so with your freshly cooked meal in hand. Wow, this is great. I feel like royalty. Nothing but the best for you, my dear. I will see you again in a short while. See ya. And with that, Ty promptly vanished through the kitchen door, leaving me all alone within the public section of the bar. It would be another 45 minutes or so before he would emerge once more, a time which I remained the sole patron as not a single customer had walked through the doors. It was as Ty predicted. His deep clean of the fryers had been entirely uninterrupted, though I imagine he would not have minded a customer or two. We all need a dad like Ty. Oh my. Oh my. I apologize for the long wait, my dear. I do hope you have managed to keep yourself entertained. I sure have. Been surfing social media and sipping cider. Living the dream, I'd say. My, it sounds to me like you have it all figured out. Ah, okay. I am pleased to hear you are not bored in my absence. Now then, are you hungry? Am I ever? What's on the menu, boss? Feast your eyes. Ty then presented me with a plate containing a large slice of meat pie. Whole fillings overflowed from beneath the layer of the golden pastry above. I barely had a chance to size up the dish before its intoxicating scent overcame my nostrils and my jaw dropped as I involuntarily began to salivate. Lamb, bacon, onion, potato, carrot, all manner of delicious ingredients smothered in a rich gravy and topped with an irresistibly flaky crust. This is spectacular! You've outdone yourself, Ty! Now, my dear, I would humbly ask that you taste it before showering me with compliments, though I am pleased to see the presentation has impressed. How is this just a single slice of pie? This thing is so big, I don't know if I can finish it. And it is but one of 8 total slices, making it one of the least labor-intensive items on the menu. I guess. I just hope it is popular enough. The last thing I want is for slices to linger and become dry between orders. 8? Hot damn! The full thing must be a veritable monster. Yes, please. Well, the Ty's route is, well, up to the end of it. Honestly, same. Up to the to be continued screen for Ty's route is already up on my YouTube channel, so you can go watch those. There is so much fucking drama in it, in Ty's route. There is so much drama that it almost isn't even worth it. Well, it certainly requires both hands to remove from the oven, but never mind that. I must know your verdict on the taste. Right, okay, let's do this. With a little pressure, my spoon pierced the pasty crust with a delicate crunch before plunging through the fillings and gravy with greater ease. With a mouthful now secure atop my spoon, I guided it back towards me before excitedly tossing its contents into my eagerly awaiting maw. A subtle hint of worry flashed across Ty's expression as a sheer cacophony. It's just straight up tea concentrate. There is no edibility in that tea. Like, okay. I don't know how many parts we did for Diego. I'm actually kind of curious, but I'm not going to find out now. But just know, the majority of the 38 parts, now 39 if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching the VOD, the total of 39 parts, the vast majority was just Ty's route. The vast majority. A subtle hint of worry flashed across Ty's expression as a sheer cacophony of unreal flavor overcame my taste buds. And I thought Ad Astra was bad. As would happen, he need not have worried at all. Have I died? Is this what heaven is like? Well, I certainly hope not, but I take it you like it, yes? I've put a lot of things in my mouth over the years. Some were delicious, some were not, and some were questionable as to whether they belonged in there at all. And yet that might just be the best thing I've ever tasted. Period. Come now, my dear. There's no need to lay it on quite so thick. No, I don't think you understand. This genuinely might be the tastiest thing I've ever experienced in my whole life. Oh, I'm sure it is, my dear. You really are being serious? Cross my heart and hope to die. My goodness. I have no idea what to say to that. I have been iterating on that recipe for some time now. It has been quite the labor of love. I am so very pleased to know my hard work has paid off. As I shoveled another mouthful down the hatch, I instead responded with the widest, cheekiest grin I could muster as the rush of flavor once again struck like a bolt of brilliant lightning. The experience was so ludicrously intense that I even began feeling ever so slightly lightheaded, wobbling slightly in my chair as I chewed with gusto. Oh my, are you alright? I'm better than alright. Goodness, perhaps I went a little overboard with the flavor? Not gonna lie, it's intense. Once I finish the whole thing, I think I'll need to hibernate for a few months. Honestly though, I wouldn't change it for the world. That could even be its gimmick. You could call it the Hibernator, or something like that. The Hibernator, you say? It's an interesting thought. I'll give it some consideration. Seriously though, 10 out of 10, Ty. You've absolutely killed it. I am most thrilled that you think so, my dear. I cannot help but wonder if others will feel strongly about it as you do. Well, you've still got 7 slices left, right? That's plenty of opportunities to find out. Right you are. Perhaps I'll drop a slice into Lucas on my way back home. But at any rate, my dear, my duties have all been dealt with, and I now have all the time in the world to hear of your troubles and offer my advice. And so with that said, just what is it I can help you with, my dear? I politely held up my index finger, requesting Ty's patience as I took yet another mouthful and was subsequently cast away in a seemingly endless sea of sheer bliss. Easy, Aiden. You're liable to choke living up to that husky stereotype. You mean the one about how we supposedly just inhale our food? You know that's bullshit, right? Are you certain? You have presented quite the case to the contrary, my dear. These are special circumstances. It doesn't count. Worry not. I only jest, my dear. I know better than believe those silly husky stereotypes. Like the one that says huskies scream during intercourse. I mean... Don't you? Not as much as I would like, my dear. Good response. I knew you would appreciate it. But let us address the matter at hand, shall we? You're hoping for some advice, correct? What kind of advice is it that you require? Right, well, how do I put this? I guess you'd call it relationship advice? Oh? I was not aware you were in one, my dear. I'm not. At least, not yet. That's what I'm hoping to change, but the guy I'm interested in, he's already interested in a mutual friend. Oh dear, I see. And I like him enough that I want to, make something of it, but I'm worried. I'm friends with them both, and the last thing I want to do is lose them, or worse, cause a fight between them. I've never really been in this situation before, and I'm not quite sure how I should approach it. Have you? I do not believe so, though rest assured I have seen more than my fair share of relationship drama over the years. Perhaps from those experiences I can derive some relevant wisdom. Aiden, I hate to ask you this, but is it possible I know these people? I understand if you would prefer to keep that to yourself, but familiarity with the individuals in question might help to yield more nuanced advice. That is all. Okay, that makes sense. Just keep it to yourself, alright? Of course, my dear. You have my word. Okay, it's Axel. Diego's friend? The cheetah? Ah, yes, indeed. He makes deliveries here most days, so we are acquainted. He is a lovely young man, and with such wonderful manners. That sure sounds like Axel, alright. What is it about Axel you find yourself drawn to, might I ask? Well, I'm all too aware that I've become incredibly jaded over the past year or so. The world is a tough place, but Axel? He sees something positive in everything and sees the best in people. He's genuine, kind-hearted, and impossibly sweet. I want someone like that close by, someone to help ground me in that mindset, and maybe even convince me that the world isn't as awful as it might seem. At the very least, I could do to be a little more like him. Maybe his outlook will rub off on me. Whenever he's around, I feel inspired to be a better person. People like that, they're precious. I admire him. I want to do everything I can to keep him smiling, and to make him as happy as I think he deserves to be. Yikes, that was kind of cheesy, huh? Not in the slightest, my dear. Axel is young, inexperienced, and naive. I worry that somebody might try to take advantage of those things. You see him for more than those things, and with you around, I would have less reason to worry. Honestly, I suspect the two of you would make quite the team. I think so too, but he's already kind of hung up on his best friend Dom. Do you know if those feelings are mutual? I don't. Whenever they interact, Dom always has that usual big brother type energy about him. I don't really sense much else, and there's not really any, tension on his part. At least that I can see. I know Axel would like them to be more than just friends, but he's not at all subtle about it, and yet Dom just seems kinda oblivious to it. But is he truly oblivious to such obvious cues, or is he simply paying them no mind? It's dead obvious that he cares about Axel a lot. and the two get along like a house on fire. But on Dom's end, that's as far as it seems to go. His intentions otherwise are shrouded in mystery, and it just doesn't seem appropriate to pry further. I see. Quite the dilemma. What do you think I should do? Well, my advice, begin by focusing on your friendship with each of them. Make it your mission to develop those feelings further, and in doing so, you will hopefully gain a better understanding of their relationship and whether your intentions are likely to cause issue. If it is not meant to be, it is simply not meant to be. But in the interest of avoiding undue heartache, I think it best to take your time and exercise considerable restraint and the utmost caution. That's sensible advice. I guess it only makes sense that there's no easy solution. It's a complex problem, after all. Indeed. I apologize for not being able to offer you better advice. I hope at the very least you find it useful. Without a doubt. Thanks, Ty. Well, I am pleased I could be of service, my dear. Sometimes the... Oh, a customer. Good evening. Welcome. Eager to see the sort of customer that would visit an otherwise empty bar late on a Thursday night, I turned my gaze to the left and waited for until he wandered into view. What I hadn't expected is that he would take the stool immediately to my left and begin making himself comfortable. OMG, hi. Wow, that's one, like, super intense looking slice of pie, my dude. Caught your eye, has it? That right there is a prototype for a brand new menu item. Aiden here is kindly trialing it for me. Oh, so, like, does that mean I can't, like, buy one? Not yet, I am afraid. Aw, man. I simply could not consciously charge somebody for an unfinished recipe. That said, Aiden's slice is but one of a larger batch, and I would be more than happy to offer you a slice free of charge in exchange for your feedback. Whoa, are you, like, sure, my dude? That's, like, crazy generous, man. Certain, my dear. Sick. It's like totally my lucky day or something. Yes, please, my dude. Tremendous. May I ask your name? You sure can, my man. Name's Russell. I fucking love Russell. Tremendous, Russell. Wait right there. I'll return in but a jiffy. No rush, my dude. No rush. Ty scuttled briskly through the kitchen door and out of sight as Russell excitedly fidgeted in his seat, unable to shift his gaze from my half-eaten meal. So, like, Aiden, right? The one and only. Howdy, my dude. Hey, so, like, how's the pie? So good. Figures. I don't have much of, like, a sense of smell, but even I couldn't miss one this good. I just had to, like, come in and see what was making it, my dude. Russell is a goal. Like, it is a goal to be to just be Russell. That is a goal in life. What's the rest of the menu like? Is this a good place to come for, like, dinner or whatever? It's the best place in town. Whoa, like, is that true, my dude? Maybe, but I also might just be a little biased. I work here. I guess I'll find out, like, firsthand then. I'm new in town, so, like, I'm on the lookout for all the best spots. Hey, small world, so am I. Just moved here on Sunday. Sick. That makes us, like, birds of a feather or something, my dude. I've been here for, like, 2 weeks now. Only just finished getting everything unpacked and moved into place. Moving house is, like, the worst, my dude. It sure does. Thankfully for me, anything that couldn't fit in my suitcase got sold or tossed out, and I'm staying with a friend while I plant my roots. Nothing unpacking for me. No unpacking for me. Aw, dude, jealous. So what, like, convinced you to move here? I was living in Cydonia before. It was expensive. My living conditions were horrible. My job was awful. I couldn't even reliably afford to feed myself. A friend of mine moved here a couple of years back, and that got me wondering if the grass was greener on the other side of the fence, you know? Sure do, my dude. So, like, is it? So far, it's greener than I ever thought possible. Fuck! Oh, hell yeah, my dude. That's the one. I'm totally, like, stoked to hear that, man. Thanks, and how about you? Where'd you come from? And why Woodcrest? I'm a Somervale kid, my dude, born and bred. Woodcrest was always, like, just a way cooler place, you know? Like, everyone from Somervale comes here to shop and stuff like that. So, like, it was the obvious choice. And just like you, I've got, like, a friend who came here a couple of years back, lost touch with the dude, but I, like, miss him, you know? So, like, I'm totally hoping I'll just, like, bump into him or whatever. It's bound to happen sooner or later, I figure. Wow. We do have a lot in common. Wow. What'd I say? Birds of a feather, my dude. Sure seems that way. Totally, my dude. So, like, what do you do for fun? Got any, like, interesting or interests? Yeesh, it's been so long since I've had time to do anything I enjoy. I could hardly recall. You can imagine that in moving to Woodcrest, I kind of feel like a fish out of water. So much free time, and I don't have a clue what to do with it. Back in university, I spent almost every waking minute with my roommate Diego. He is the guy I followed here to Woodcrest. Between him and a mutual friend, there was always something going on. We played a lot of video games, frequently ran afoul of our dorm's zero alcohol policy, often both at the same time. Beyond that, not a whole lot, but with our classes and such, free time was rather limited. Zero alcohol policy? Dude, what the hey? Yeah, no joke. And the best part is they didn't tell you about that policy until you'd already signed the paperwork locking you into a fixed term lease and moved in. Dude, like, that sucks. Lucky for us, they weren't in a habit of checking the contents of our backpacks. What? No way, my dude, you didn't. Oh, we did. If anything, we drank even more out of spite. Hell yeah, my dude. Fuck the establishment and all that. I'm just your everyday anarchist. And who could blame you, my dude? I'd have, like, totally done the same. Actually, that reminds me of a funny story. Oh, yeah? Shoot. So back in high school, right? I'd really begun trying some, you know, like, recreational herbs, if you catch my drift. I was, like, totally super scared my dad would find out. So when I was at home, I always went behind the shed in our backyard where I thought he wouldn't, like, find me. Uh-oh. I think I know what happens next. That's the one, my dude. Now, my dad, he's, like, a pretty relaxed, chill kind of guy, right? So, like, he's standing there, arms crossed and frowning, like, so hard. And then he's all like, give it to me. So I do, and I'm, like, totally freaking out. Oh, no, he's doing the marijuanas. Oh, no. It takes a lot for the old dude to get mad, so I'm thinking I've, like, really done it now, right? And you'll never guess what happened next. What? He takes, like, the fattest, longest hit I've seen in my life by that point. And then he, like, fucking hands it back, smiling like a damn lunatic. And I'm just, like, sitting here all like, what the fuck? Ha, he got you good. He so totally did, my dude. In, like, hindsight, that's totally on brand for him. But I was shitting myself. Turns out he'd been doing the same thing my entire life. And even used the exact same spot to do it. Oh no. It's safe to say, we, like, bonded over that, my dude. Who is he hiding it from? His wife? Nah, dude, just me. It's, single dad, single kid, you know? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean... like, chill, my dude, it's all good. My mom left when I was little. I don't even, like, remember what she looked like or anything. She cheated on dad, and then she just left. It's just been me and him since. Ugh, that's rotten. Yeah, she's a total bitch, my dude. But that's, like, cool with me, man. I've got the best dad of all time, and he's, like, all that I need. Great to hear it. You know, I'm also an only kid with a solo parent. Only difference is that I've got a mom instead, and my dad, he's fine, just not really involved, I guess. It's all good vibes, though, and they're still on good terms. Whoa, birds of a feather. I'm, like, telling you, my dude. My apologies for the wait. Your meal, sir. Aw, man, I totally forgotten this was coming. I feel like a little kid on Christmas. Russell hungrily licks his lips as Ty slid a similar slice of pie onto the counter before the ravenous shark. I do hope it is to your liking. How could it, like, not be? This looks amazing, my dude. Russell dug into his pie with a gusto. He had barely taken his first bite before his expression exploded into the widest and toothiest grin I'd ever seen. Oh, hell yeah, my dude. It's like an orgasm in my mouth. Everything okay, Aiden? This update is trying to kill me. Yeah, it's nothing. Aha, I see. At any rate, I could not help but overhear the two of you becoming fast friends. Yep, turns out that we've got a whole lot in common. Your decision to visit this evening was rather fortuitous indeed. Can't say this is quite what I was expecting, but I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. My, so many idioms this evening. That was delicious, my dude. 10 out of 10. Thanks, like, a whole ton. You cannot possibly be... I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm done. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. Okay, can I breathe? Turning back towards my newfound shark friend, Ty would indeed discover the recently full plate had been stripped entirely bare as Russell beamed back in triumph. How on earth? Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Okay. I do hope you did not simply dispose of it while I was distracted speaking with Aiden. Nah, my dude, these teeth, this wide jaw, it ain't all for, like, show, man. I see. Well, I'm thrilled to hear you both enjoyed it. Though I am surprised to see some remains on your plate, Aiden. Yeah, I've been too busy chatting. Here, I'll finish up so that you can take my plate. In your own time, my dear. Do not rush on my account. Man, I can't wait to try the rest of your menu, my dude. You're totally going to see me here, like, a bunch over the next few weeks. I am pleased to have made the right first impression. Your custom will be more than welcome, my dear. Then it's settled, my dude. So, like, how long have you been in this business for, man? Oh? Well, a few years now, I suppose. The bar began as more of a music venue with the bar on the side. But a lack of decent acts and the somewhat unexpected success of the bar on days without live shows resulted in a shift of focus, which eventually saw me serving food as well. Dope. So, like, why a music venue? Well, you see, I was in a band myself once, and I knew from experience that the selection of venues in Woodcrest was lacking. Okay, that scene actually did fucking kill me. These three. The three of us enjoyed an evening of upbeat chatter, personal anecdotes, and rapidly developing friendships as minutes turned into an hour, then an hour into several. Well, if you've got it, you've just gotta, like, flaunt it, right, my dudes? Indeed, though, would your tail not count as an unfair advantage in a swimming contest? Nah, it actually doesn't do a whole lot for, like, swimming and all that. The real unfair advantage in the competitive bracket comes from my lack of fur. It's a total game changer, man. So, to lose to a cheetah? That was, like, totally humiliating, my dude. They're supposed to be fast on land, not in, like, water or whatever. You must have been quite a phenomenal swimmer. Nah, shit. But look at the time. I'm afraid it is time I began closing up. My apologies. Hey, like, no drama, my dude. It's been, like, totally cool hanging with you both. Likewise. I concur. So where are each of you headed? If you do not mind waiting for me to finish up, I would be more than happy to offer you a lift. That's, like, totally fine, my dude. My apartment is only, like, 5 minutes away. I see. And what about you, Aiden? Are you heading back to Diego's? Heh. Yeah, I guess I had better. It's getting late. You sound, like, a touch reluctant, my dude. Not really. Tonight has been a lot of fun, though. I've enjoyed just chatting over a meal and a few drinks. Well, you know, my dude, it doesn't have to end here. You could always, like, swing by my place. It's only a short walk, and I'll totally be up for a few more hours at least. Why, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Would you not agree, Aiden? Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm in. Sick. You're totally, like, invited too if you want, Ty. Thank you, my dear, but I am afraid I must decline. It has been a long day, and I am due back here to open tomorrow morning. I must ensure I get sufficient sleep, lest I suffer the consequences. No problem, my dude. Well, we'll, like, get out of your hair so you can close up. I'll be seeing you again, like, real soon, man. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for tonight, Ty, for the food, the advice, and the company. Rest assured, it has been my pleasure, gentlemen. Take care. Catch you, my dude. See ya. Until next time. Alright, my dude, let's get going. You know, when you, like, think about it, our destination is now another thing we, like, have in common. Birds of a feather. Flock together, my dude. And with that, Russell and I made our departure from the bar, walking together to Russell's apartment building, our path illuminated by nothing more than the street lamps overhead and the dim, silvery glow of the full moon. So far, the night had been packed with unexpected events. Russell's timely arrival at the bar and the subsequent dawn of our brand new friendship was an incredibly welcome development. I found it rather incredible just how many wonderful new friends I had made in such a short time since arriving in Woodcrest. And with Russell being similarly new in town, I looked forward to having a friend who was in the same boat. That aside, his upbeat personality, his carefree attitude, and his complete refusal to sweat the small stuff had all charmed me senseless. I already knew I loved having this guy around, and I was excited to see what the future had in store for us both. That, like, fucking killed me. That scene killed me. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Well, this is, like, the place, my dude. Whoa, hey, it looks cozy. That's because it is, my dude. Maximum cozy. Only, like, the coolest vibes allowed. My eyes scanned the room, taking in all the small intricacies in its presentation. The space was intricately lit with various pieces of lighting scattered about, accented by a pair of lava lamps atop his TV cabinet. Next to a window, there was a recliner and a small table with... You good, my dude? Yeah, I know that's a bong, and they're all roughly that sort of shape, but that's gotta be intentional, right? Duh, that's, like, exactly why I bought it. Looks great when you, like, hold it up to your lips, my dude. I am going to have to, like, blur that out. But for now, I'll just pull up the sensor. I knew it. As someone in the know, it's a striking resemblance. It totally is, my dude. That purchase was, like, totally justified. I'm gonna go grab a drink. You want anything, man? Whatever you're having is fine with me. Dope. Take a seat, my dude, and make yourself cozy. I'll be right back. As Russell departed... As Russell departed the room, I did as instructed and got comfortable in one of his recliners. Thinking back on the night so far, a smile spread across my lips. Russell was a lot of fun. I was looking forward to seeing just where the night might lead us. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah, there it is. The to be continued screen. Let me create a new save. And then we're also going to load from here and see if anything happens if we click on Dom. Want to pursue a relationship with Dom? Yes. As I considered my response to Eric's rather forthcoming question... Wait, if I hold down control, nothing happens. As I considered my response to Eric's rather forthcoming question, a sea of familiar faces began swimming within my mind. Among them, Diego, my best friend, the decidedly dapper barkeep Ty, the firm yet fair Lucas, even the upbeat and carefree Axel. While surveying these options within my mind's eye, a handsome set of fiery canine features continually stole my focus. Be it his silky orange coat or his emerald green eyes, There was something about Dom I was particularly drawn to. Be it his calm demeanor, or simply his level of maturity juxtaposed against that of Axel, Dom emanated an almost brotherly energy. It seemed that every little thing he did was done with sincere confidence, and something about his presence helped me to feel at ease, even when surrounded by the unfamiliar. I couldn't help but admire this about him, and perhaps part of me hoped that by getting closer to him, that energy and confidence would rub off on me, giving me those same admirable qualities. But of course, there was one small problem in all of that. Hey, you still awake over there? You're just staring into space. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm just fantasizing about your future boyfriend. Ew, If only it were so easy. Eh? That's gotta mean you're looking to bury your nose in a certain, shall we say, fuzzy foxhole. What? That's not what I'm... Hey, you're all red. I knew that's what you were thinking. No, I'm not... Hey, don't stress. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Promise. Of all the people I could trust with a secret, I felt as though Eric would be the least trustworthy of all. Despite us having only just met, I narrow my eyes and deliver a firm stare, if only let him know I meant business. How about a pinky promise then? Not a word. Understand? Got it, don't worry, you'll never meet anyone more trustworthy than me. I had my doubts as to the validity of Eric's claim, but I had no intention of going so far as to involve my pinky, so I simply dropped the issue, choosing instead to correct him on my intent. For the record, I'm not gunning for his... what was it you said? His fuzzy foxhole? Right, that. It's not really what I'm after. Oh, you're more interested in what's going on around front, eh? No, I admire him. His confidence, his maturity, how he cares for and looks out for Axel. I think I'd be really happy being so close to somebody like that. And hopefully, I can make him happy being so close to somebody like me. You know, I got a few good ways of doing just that. What? No, I'm not stupid enough to even ask. I know exactly where you're going with that, and I won't take the bait. You just met me, acting as though you know me already. I considered for a moment if I might have judged Eric a touch too harshly. What if he genuinely had some good ideas? The very least I could do is hear him out. Fine, what did you have in mind? Well, you could always suck his dick. I fucking knew it! What can I say? I know what the boys like. Come on, you totally would. You totally would. That's not the point. See? I told you I know what the boys like. That's including you, Mr. Cranky Pants. I found myself wholeheartedly regretting not having taken Lucas's advice. I never should have visited Eric. So, you're into short guys, eh? Huh? He's not that short. What are you talking about? He's only got a couple inches on me. Which, for the record, I more than make up for elsewhere if you get my meaning. Sheesh, tough crowd. That wasn't just a joke, you know, so... Eric shuffled his feet whilst adjourned with a sly grin. Alas, I mustn't have given him the response he'd been searching for. Never mind. After several moments of tense silence, Eric unleashed a heavy, melancholy sigh, one that felt rehearsed, forced even. It seemed to me this was another of his little traps, fool me into showing some compassion only for that sleazy grin of his to unravel gradually across his jaw once more. I wouldn't be fooled so easily this time. You're heartless. Fine. So what's the plan then? What do you mean? You know, the plan to get your nose all up in his butt. Come on, you dogs love that kind of shit. Fuck you. That's like me saying you love rummaging around in dumpsters. You don't know. Maybe I do. Dude, you're joking, right? Right? Well, I did suck a guy off in an alleyway beside a dumpster once. I don't know, the smell kind of added a little something, I gotta admit. Dude, don't knock it till you've tried it. Maybe that's just me. Sometimes I just can't control my horny level, and anything goes, I guess. You know how it is. I really don't. Yes you do, come on. You can tell your old buddy Eric, and hey, it's not too late for a pinky promise. I knew. Of course I knew. Those times when your libido extends beyond your control and your mind is flooded with wild ideas more likely than not to induce a severe case of regret. but I wasn't going to give Eric the satisfaction. To answer your question, no, I don't have a plan. You kind of sprung this all on me out of the blue. Until now, I've never really given the question of whom I want to date much thought. Back in university, I had this huge crush on Diego, but he's also my best friend, and he's letting me stay with him. I don't want to risk screwing any of it up. That, and, well, he's clearly going through some shit right now, and I just... No, it's best if I don't. It's a complicated situation. I'd prefer to avoid making it any more so. And the one you want to pursue instead isn't? Eric had a point. I hated that Eric had a point. And I also hated that against my better judgment, I was about to ask his advice. Well, what do you think I should do? Who do I look like? Dr. Gill? I'm the last person you should be asking for relationship advice. I don't date. I fuck. Right. I don't have a clue, but I think I know who might. Really? Who? A certain bar owner you totally have the hots for. Huh. An older guy like him, he's definitely been around the block a few times. If you get what I mean, he'll definitely have some good advice for you. You're right. He's calm, level-headed, and experienced to boot. He'll surely know what to do. And if you change your mind, he'll be right there so you can sniff his butthole instead. Hey. I bet it smells like lavender. Dude, fucking... God damn it. Despite Eric's lascivious nature, his suggestion to consult Ty was a good one. So much so, in fact, that it would become the excuse for my departure, and one I was glad for, that I might not have to endure more of Eric's lecherous ways. Well, this visit took an unexpected turn. But look, you sure seem to be feeling better. The swoon of a lost lovebird is my second favorite thing. Second favorite to what? I honestly regretted asking, knowing more or less exactly what the answer was going to be. Cock, obviously. I don't know what I expected. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I'm gonna hit the bar and see if Ty has any advice that might help me figure out my next move. On second thought, maybe it's more like rosemary. What? Nothing. It's nothing. Right. Well, I won't keep you. Thanks for coming around, though. This was unexpectedly fun. I'm glad, but not a word about what we talked about today to anyone, you hear? Promise. Great. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you at work sometime in the near future, then? Without a doubt. See you then. Until next time. I left Eric's house with a new sense of purpose. I suppose in a way I should have been more thankful that he'd pushed for an answer. While I've met a variety of wonderful people in my short time in Woodcrest, Dom's calm confidence and his apparent wisdom and maturity made the greatest impression of all. Of course, I knew all too well he was already interested in somebody else. I knew this, and yet I didn't quite know how to handle it. Thankfully, Ty's bar was only a short walk away, and if anybody was going to know what to do, it would be him. We are going to leave off here tonight. Oh shit, it's all like the same thing. It's like the same fucking thing. Like, let me check something. Is it all just the same? Like, I already saved, so if I hold down control, let's just see if it is. Yeah, it's looking like it's all the same thing. Yeah, I think it's all just the same thing. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and finish what's everything in Dom's route. Like, because there are some differences. I'm not, at least, not yet. That's what I'm hoping to change, but the guy I'm interested in, a mutual friend is already interested in him. Oh dear. I see. Oh shit, it's all... Okay, it's Dom. You know, the fox that works for Lucas. I see. We have met on occasion, though I would not say I know him all that well. Despite that, he makes a wonderful impression, and he seems like a smart and upstanding young man. Smart? Upstanding? That's Dom, alright. Are those things you find attractive in him, or is it something else? Those for sure, but also his confidence, his wisdom. He seems mature beyond his years. Intelligent, articulate, educated. He upholds a strong set of morals. He protects his friends. I mean, doesn't he just sound perfect? I admire him. Whenever he's around, it always feels like nothing can ever go wrong. Like we can face any challenge, weather any storm. His presence is comforting and empowering, and, you know, that's exactly the kind of positive influence I'd like to have around. Dom's always looking out for those around him as though he is everyone's older brother. But I think he should have someone who's looking out for him like that too. Doubt I could live up to the example he's already set, but damn it, you can't stop me from trying. Yeah, I sound like some kind of deranged simp. I find your enthusiasm rather endearing myself, and for what it is worth, I think those are wonderful reasons you want to pursue a relationship with him. I suspect the two of you would make quite the team. I think so too, but Axel's already interested in him. Do you know if those feelings are mutual? Yeah, it's all just the same, basically. Like, very little differences. He is a simp. Yeah, this is all, like, the same. Fucking dick bong. Yeah, it's all literally the same. So I'm gonna save. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna get it over with. What you call it? Knights College was giving us some issues. So, should we hold another poll without Knights College included? Because it was causing technical issues. Alright, new poll time. This is like the third poll this week. Yeah, sadness. Oh, let me hear it. Let me hear the recommendation. The new update and Knights College causes technical issues. Which game should we play next? Roads Less Traveled. Oh, Roads Yet Traveled. I have not. Looks interesting. Looks very interesting. Okay. So we're going to add a couple default options. By our hands, and fuck it. Even though I feel like I might regret it. Minotaur Hotel. Roads Yet Traveled. And Wayfinder. $21 hours, and there we go. Oh, fuck, I just realized that you couldn't see it. I just realized that you could not see it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Uh, okay. Anyways, not much else can be said, so stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.